Number one was gonna boil the clothes. There was a
Big pot.
big
outside
pot,
with
like
fire
a,
underneath it.
yeah, a cast iron pot.
Right.
That was fire was built under. You know what? My mother had the nerve to try to do that when we moved to Cleveland.
Really?
Dead of winter. Sure enough.
And all that snow?
And all that snow. Mm-hmm. Tried to make a fire under the
Washing
pot.
machines were built, but they were too expensive.
Oh, we didn't have a washing machine down south. We didn't have a washing machine till, let me see, 45 maybe.
When did you move to Cleveland?
Hmm?
When did you move to
41,
Cleveland?
probably 1941.
What?
Moved to Cleveland.
No, we moved in 43. But, you know,
That washboard,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
I remember my
and I'm telling you what,
And two
white clothes were white.
Yeah.
Colored clothes were colored, and you did not mix them.
Right.
You do not mix white stuff together. Only white can wash with white. My daddy had shirts. He wore tie shirt, starched shirt. My sister and I had to get up
Sit
before
down and put them
school,
on, Rosie.
and that wash had to be out on the line because everything was hung up. And we would see kids going to school. Hey, my dad's name was Joe. And they were about as far, maybe we lived. The school was maybe from here to
Sit down and put your shoes on.
probably Arden and Eastern, maybe just a little bit farther.
Wow.
It was close.
Oh, okay, just the corner.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Arden and Eastern.
All right.
That's how far we could see the school.
Okay.
You know, and we had, you know, paved streets and sidewalks and all that stuff. And the kids would be going to school, and they could see us, you know, because the houses, there's a lot of space. There were no fences like now, so there wasn't any, you know, your space was just open space.
Right.
And so they would see me and my sister out, and they would say, "Hey, Joe!" That was my dad's name. "You're going to get finished before the last bell rings. You're going to be late for school." We didn't answer so bad. It was kids that knew us. We would have to rub on that rubber washboard and boil
How old were you?
Boil those clothes.
How old were you?
Let me see. I was probably in maybe 6th grade,
Okay.
and my sister would have been in 7th grade.
Wow.
But yeah, we had to get the wash out and hung up on the line before we went to school. And of course, everything had to be ironed. Towels,
Towel.
socks,
Yep.
everything was ironed.
So you did all that by yourself?
Oh, we washed clothes before we went to school. Oh yeah, we washed on the line before we went to school. And that was a blue rinse, the regular rinse and the blue rinse. You was gonna do that, so it was 2 rinse. And we had, and they were, because the water was outside water. We were blessed to have outside running water. We had water running outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because the bluing was what made the whites white, didn't the
Yeah.
bluing?
Yeah,
But they don't have that today.
no.
Stuff
And-
toxic.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a chemical.
Keep your hands up.
Yeah.
That's why they used to stick.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's right, when you
Yeah,
stir those
down
clothes
south.
up.
Down south, they did magicians or snake oil salesmen actually would use bluing water to show you all kinds of tricks with it. You did all kind of stuff with bluing water.
And now, my sister's just 1 year older than I am. I mean, she was born in January, and then the following March I was born. But my sister always did most of the ironing. And I mean, she even learned, I got a lot of women, I mean, here again, when it comes to ironing, because you had to iron everything, right? And I can remember my mother sitting in a chair by the ironing board, and we didn't have any folding ironing boards. It was a board that was an ironing board, and it was, you know, they could shape it or something. It was shaped like ironing boards are now, but it was much thicker. It was about a wood board, about that thick, and then they would pad it. You know, it was padded, and then, of course, the way my mother got the sheets ironed, because everything had to be ironed, the sheets would be, you know, like on the board as part of the, and as you ironed, whatever you was ironing, the towel or the shirts or whatever, clothes you was ironing, you move that sheet, you keep moving the sheet, so when you finish ironing, the sheet would be ironed. And my mother my sister never had a problem with. I didn't want to do any work, period. So I wanted to play. That was my favorite thing. And so that's why I got most of my whippings, because when it was time to stop playing the work, then I'm just in bad shape. I got my whipping just for pouting and carrying on. And that's what I got people for. Because my mother was going to tolerate it, and I really would just, And I didn't learn nothing. I just do it every time. Next time, same thing, because I play. And they call me to come do some work, and I'm playing. I'm having a good time. Maybe if I'm a stop it, then they're going to do something. But my mother would sit by that ironing board because, my sister didn't have any problem, but me, my mother would say, okay, do not stop the iron on my sheet. You know how you iron and you just slide the iron over?
Right.
Instead of sitting it up on his heel, I would be ironing, and I forget. Or she would be sitting there with a Petri switch. I mean, every time I forget to stand that iron up, I get a crack with the switch. And so that's why I hated ironing, because trouble was trouble, and I couldn't get it done fast enough. And I didn't have my sister had the shirts and stuff. She had the really things that had to be looking really nice. I mean, they didn't give me that kind of work to do. I was going to scorch them, and that was another thing. I got whacked. That's
what she got.
Let me iron.
That's where I got the breaking dishes from.
And my mother said, sit that iron up. And she said, I'm not going to tell you anymore. And so I forget, because I be trying to get too quick. I'm sitting over there.
Rose.
I got one crack to that.
She just went there and down the hall.
Anything else. So, that was
I know you did this thing.
What did she say?
Good grief.
Oh.
I was trying to think of one other thing I did on Marcy, but I can't remember. When it comes to me, I tell you, it was funny. Let's see, I was a tough customer.